Hello, sports fans. This is Caleb McDonald. My apologies right now for how the screen is looking. Me and Simon Miller are running a two-man show. I'm on the opposite side of the gym. He's running over there to move the camera around. I'm just not tech smart enough to get this all set up. But I'm just going to talk to you guys right now because you guys can't see anything really, or I guess you can, and it's all yellow. But, we're here live at Brawl for the Ball where the girls' JV game is kicked off. St. Mary's leading 3-2 right now. Wildcats rebounding the ball very well here off the get-go. And we have a foul here on St. Mary's number, I'm not seeing it, 22. And that is that is Macy Rimnell. Emma Van Hoos at the line for the Wildcats. First one's up, and it's good. Second one up, off to the left. And we're going to have a tip out of bounds by St. Mary's. It's going to stay with the Wildcats. Van Hoos with the ball. She passes it up to Went. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. All red back to Van Hoos. Van Hoos with the shot. All red with the rebound. All red with the shot, and it is in for two there. Wildcats leading 7-3 right now. Or I guess 5-3, unless they haven't put the score up. And Katie Ferreira picks up a foul there. Nothing crazy, just not moving her feet well. St. Mary's working the ball around. That's number 5, Sierra Christensen. Ball goes off number 13, Trista Jansen's leg, out of bounds. Wildcat ball here. Wildcats playing very good defense to start this game off, and then rebounding well on the offensive side. So things are looking up right now for the Wildcats. Caitlin Went with the ball, passes it over to Laura Allred. Allred dribbles in, hits Van Hoos at the top of the key. And just a poor pass there from Van Hoos to Went. Still Wildcat ball though. Okay, Laura Allred with the ball here. She gets the offense set. Over to Van Hoos in the wing. Katie Ferreira in the corner, gets the ball there. I don't know who number 22 is. Number 22 is Abby Eckerson. Laura Allred scrapping for the ball with two St. Mary's players. Laura Allred all over the court today, playing really good. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, and she is playing phenomenal. Pass into Van Hoos, kind of bobbles the ball there. Over to Went. Went back to Van Hoos after what looked to be a travel, but we're not going to call it. Laura Allred with the ball, picks her dribble up, gets it to Caitlin Went. Caitlin Went. Laura Allred getting another board here. And Laura Allred, not the biggest person on the court, but she is the feistiest person on the court. She does not care who it is. She is going in there and she's going to try and out-rebound them. She's a great ball player for this JV team. Out to Caitlin Van Hoos, up to Laura Allred at the top of the key. Right back over in the corner to Van Hoos, up to Laura Allred. Caitlin Went with the ball now, over to Van Hoos in the corner, to Eckerson. who throws up a kind of wild shot, but, you know, she had great placement. Just got to kind of take your time with that shot there. Jump ball, and like I said, Laura Allred all over the place, getting a jump ball again, setting it back, slowing down the offense there for the Jacks. Great defense there. Kayla Wendt bringing the ball up in the transition here. And just a bad pass, but we're gonna get that overturned here. There's a tip. I don't know if I saw it. I'm at a bad angle, I guess, for it though, so, you know. Kayla Wendt inbounds the ball to Van Hoos. Van Hoos back to Wendt. Wendt with the nice little floater, kind of just short, just a little short, but it's out off of St. Mary's here. Kellogg ball. And the Wildcats right now really trying to force the ball inside, and the Lumberjacks playing great interior defense. And the Wildcats are just getting really lucky because St. Mary's is tipping the ball. If they would just let it go, these girls I don't think would catch those bullet passes. St. Mary's with the rebound there. Stolen. I think we're going to pick up a foul here on Laura Allred, just a little too aggressive on that play. Laura Allred with the breakaway layup, misses it, gets her own rebound, puts it back up for two there. Sorry, was having a little technical difficulties myself here. St. Mary's moving the ball up well here. And we're going to get a travel there, but they're going to call a foul. I'm not so sure about that. Ref was kind of out of position to see the travel there, but that was definitely 3 steps. Number 40, Kristen Miller at the line. Misses the first free throw. Misses the second free throw. Caitlin Wendt with the rebound here. Brings the ball up the court. Over to Piper Rainio. He passes the ball to Allred. Allred to Wendt. Wendt drives baseline, back out to Allred. Allred takes a shot there, gets a rebound, and she's fighting 4 St. Mary's players right there for that rebound. Just working right now. And right now, Abby Erickson comes back into the game for Katie Ferreira. Katie Ferreira with 2 fouls in this game already. They're going to need her defense the rest of the game, and the St. Mary's team is a good team, so yeah, they're going to need that defense. Inbounds the ball to Van Hoos there. Van Hoos hits the 3, and the Wildcats up now 10-3. Playing really well, defensive and offensively. And we're going to get a jump ball here. Going to stay with St. Mary's. St. Mary's trying to inbound. Kellogg playing great defense right now. They have to inbound long. Laura Allred getting another steal there. And just a smart play there by the St. Mary's player. They're losing the ball. She throws it off Van Hoos, who is out of bounds already. Just kind of stop and play there for the second. Erickson with the steal here. Passes the ball up to Van Hoos. Van Hoos is going to take it to the corner, up to Piper Rainio. Back to Van Hoos in the corner. Rainio, they're just playing a two-man game. Van Hoos with the three. Misses there. Caitlin Went with the rebound. Caitlin Went goes up on the baseline, misses. And that is Shelby Martin with the rebound, who gets the ball up to Macy Rimnall, who throws an errant pass, stolen by Erickson. Erickson, who then travels, just didn't know what to do there with the ball, and we have a timeout here, I believe. Wildcats call a timeout, so we're going to take a quick timeout here. Thank you for watching Channel 3 Sports. All right, ladies and gents, we are back here. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first quarter of the girls JV game. St. Mary's ball. And Kellogg right out of the timeout here gets the steal. Caitlin Went bringing the ball up, gets it. Oh, and just a bad pass there over the wrong shoulder from Went to Van Hoos. Back to St. Mary's ball here. Caitlin Went just needs to slow down there. She has the ability to bring the ball up. We've seen it all game so far, so she just needs to bring it up slow and set the offense up. It's been working for them. St. Mary's inbounds, and that is Hope Asgard there with the pass to Tristan Jansen, and we have a tie up here. And it's going to be a jump ball, Wildcat ball. And I have a colleague now, because this will be a little bit easier now. We got a camera guy, a score guy, man. We're starting to figure things out, me and Simon. Kayla Went bringing the ball up the court here for the Wildcats. Looks inside, but doesn't have anything. Over to Piper Rainio, to Van Hoos inside. Van Hoos with the nice little shot there. Just off a tad bit, and then it looked like she tipped the ball up, but they're going to give it to the Wildcats, so we're going to take it. Wildcats inbounding the ball there to Van Hoos. That's her spot. Misses it, but Laura Allred with the rebound. Over to Caitlin Went. Down into Laura Allred, who's got a wide open shot. Stolen there. Caitlin Went here at the top of the key. Oh, just a bad pass there. Laura Allred was open, just a little too late on the pass. And the Wildcats playing a tough brand of basketball right now. Picking up fouls. I kind of like it. They have the depth. They have the girls who can play. So, St. Mary's is always a rough, tough team. Be rough and tough right back with them. We have a wild shot there by Gracie Barden, which is corralled by Laura Allred. No, who is that? That is no, that's 13. Allie Van Hoos, the other Van Hoos. Oh, there's two of them. Who's fighting two St. Mary's players there for the ball. And we have a wild shot here. Man, it's getting physical, tie-ups, all sorts of good jazz here. Wildcats playing really good basketball right now. They need to slow the ball down. And into the game for St. Mary's is number 15, Cassidy Suchowski. I'm not going to even try and say that. I'm just going to say Cassidy. Van Hoos dribbles the ball to the corner, picks her dribble up, hits Laura Allred down in the short corner, back out to Van Hoos, up to Piper Rainio, who hits Laura Allred with a nice pass, but was a little out of control on the drive and gets a charging call. I don't know about that. And Piper Rainio is going to come out of the game here with 2 fouls already. Caitlin went back into the game. St. Mary's ball here. St. Mary's inbounding. But the Wildcats playing great defense. They inbound the ball to number 35 here, Gracie Barden, who brings the ball up. And I don't know what. Called a block there, but he slapped his knee. I don't know what that was. And that is the 7th foul here in the first quarter. So St. Mary's is in the bonus now. And that foul is going to be on Abby Erickson. That's her second, the team's 7th. First shot up, and it is no good there. It's going to stay St. Mary's ball here, though.
So, Caleb, how's it going? Improvising while we're getting all of our technical things set up. It looks like you're doing a good job down here.
Josh, I have a new appreciation for him in what he does, the play-by-play stuff.
Getting those names learned and getting them in quickly is definitely something he has mastered.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
But the good thing is, Caleb, everyone can see now. We got our picture cleared up. We got camera guys. I've been able to get at the last minute thanks to Ty Cheney and Carter Ferreira. And I think we've got a full crew for this game and for the next. So our next game, we'll have all these kinks worked out, and we'll be able to be even smoother. So for now, people can see. We'll just kind of comment on the festivities, what we're seeing. Student body starting to fill up. What else are you seeing?
St. Mary's starting to get a little bit bigger on one side. Kellogg, both crowds growing. It's a good thing. I love it. Brawl for the Ball atmosphere is one of the greatest things that you can do, because this gets you used to state basketball.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
State basketball, district basketball. This is the perfect warm-up for all of these teams here, getting ready for their postseason to start.
That is a good point. And just a reminder, if anybody is watching, idahosports.com will be carrying the varsity games and festivities around those games. We at Channel 3 Live are doing the JV games, breaking in some new personnel, just kind of having a little fun with it. So if you have the link, go ahead and share that out. We'll try to put it out throughout this game and the next. We'll try to establish that link too. But we've been just kind of on the run here, got up a little late. So this is fun though, right? This is what it's all about. And I agree, this atmosphere for a JV game is already pretty electric.
Yeah, it's always, I remember when I was a freshman in high school, I got to play in this game, and I didn't think it was going to be that big, but the stands were already packed by the time we had started, and so it was the craziest atmosphere that I had ever played in up until that point. And it's just good for the girls who are coming up to get some used to varsity basketball right now.
I agree.
The boys too, so that's what Brawl for the Ball is all about.
You just got through your first quarter, man, and you were doing it on the fly. So big ups to you for that. It's all good. We got a 10-3 ball game, and we now have Ty Cheney. We got the scoreboard imposed on our screen too, so we won't have to say the score over and over, because now they can see that live on the screen. And we're getting ready for the second quarter.
Save myself a little bit of breath here. Yeah.
Well, we just kind of threw you in the deep end. I mean, that's about the deepest you can throw someone in, and Josh probably knows that. He's probably going to relish listening to those first few minutes.
Oh, I know.
I'll let you know, right?
Yeah, he's gonna pick on me a little bit.
Well, I won't pick on you because I appreciate you doing it at the last second and just being willing to take that leap and do it. That's just the way to do it, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. So 10-3, good ball game here. What are you seeing from the Wildcats from that upper area there?
Well, once I was not distracted by working out the video glitches, I did like their defensive effort, and they did have quite a few opportunities down here, a few kind of careless, unforced turnovers, but I was expecting that. You know, this is probably the biggest crowd these girls have played in front of, as you said. You know, they've probably got some pregame and some first quarter jitters. Really liked Van Hoos's stroke from the free throw line. Shot looked good, so it's a good start for the Cats, up 10-3, so can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Caitlin Went bringing the ball up here. Just another errant pass, and the Wildcats are getting bailed out because these St. Mary's girls, if they would just let these passes go,
yeah, I saw that.
they would not have the amount of tips, and Kellogg would not have the amount of chances that they have on the offensive side of the ball here.
It's almost like they can't turn that reflex off, right?
They're
just going for that ball every single time, even though they know it's going out of bounds.
Yeah, and Van Hoos over to Laura Allred, who's wide open, misses the shot there. Falls up to Sammy Baggett. I don't know. I can't pronounce names.
Probably Badgett.
Badgett.
We'll have to go do some. We'll have to go do some second opinions over there from the crowd. Sometimes Josh and I do that on those ones that are spelled a little uniquely.
All right, I like that inbound pass there. Nice pass, bad shot. You know, just off there. Gets that Badgett gets a rebound, puts it up for two there.
Pretty feisty, the Jacks that time down the floor. They weren't going to come away empty-handed. The Wildcats got to do a better job on the rebounding end down there, it looks like.
Well, and I think that was the best that I've seen the St. Mary's rebound all game. So if they keep rebounding like that, we'll have an even closer ball game. Caitlin Went spots up from the three-point line, shoots it. Van Hoos gets the rebound and puts it back in, and I think that's the younger Van Hoos. And the Wildcats just caught up there, letting Badgett run right down the floor with nobody guarding her. Makes a nice pass there, and we have a foul. And who is that on? That's going to go on Caitlin Went there. That is her first foul. 8 team fouls.
I see Caitlin Went is getting into the rock and roll theme of the student body. She's going full rock and roll for the game, too. I admire that. And Coach, how about Chris Carlson? Coach Carlson?
Yes. I hope you guys can see him. I think you guys can see him on the camera. He's on the opposite side of the court than what they usually are.
Full 80s rock. I love it.
Blonde hair. I didn't know that was him when he walked into the gym this morning. I was like, what is going on here?
There's got to be some extra spirit points for the Wildcat side of the fence on Brawl for the Ball for your coach dressing in a theme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job. Great spirit there by Coach Carlson. I love it.
You know, and he's one of those coaches who will do anything to excite his team. And, you know, little things like that get the girls going, and they think it's hilarious. They find it funny. And then, you know, it gets them jacked up for the game, you know.
Yep, they like that. I mean, that's just ways of having a good relationship with your players. You know, I think players really enjoy that part when you participate.
Well, and see, the best thing that I saw, all of his girls today brought him like Gatorade and stuff like that. Every single one of them had a Gatorade to give to him.
Yeah.
You know, they have such a good relationship with their coach.
That is great.
Laura Allred here takes it baseline. Nice step through.
Yeah, nice little step through there.
Rebound there by Van Hoos, and we're going to get a foul. Great
relentless effort there by the Cats. Had a couple shots that didn't go down, did not give up on it, and ended up getting a foul on the Lumberjacks. So.
Like I said before, you weren't here, but Laura Allred is one of the. She's not very big. She's fast, and she knows where to position herself, and she gets rebounds more than any of the posts on the team. It's crazy to see. She's just feisty. She's feisty, and she has a good
nose for the ball.
Yeah, good nose for the ball. Second free throw here. is off. Badgett just dribbling right at the floor with no pressure on her. Finally gets a little pressure and turns the ball over. Laura Allred bringing the ball up. Laura Allred over to Van Hoos. Van Hoos up to Went. Van Hoos wide open on the three and nobody. She knocks down a three-point shot there. Nobody is guarding her when she goes into the corner here. Very surprising. She's already knocked down one. That's a coaching adjustment that St. Mary's is going to have to make. We like it because it's Kellogg, but you know. Van Hoos bringing the ball up. Laura Allred with there with a nice steal, and she gets a board, puts it back up, and it is good. Laura Allred playing out of her mind basketball right now, offensively and defensively. And we're going to have a tip here, and it's going to stay St. Mary's basketball. And into the game for the Lumberjacks, Gracie Barden. And then into the game for Van Hoos is number 21, Piper Rainio. Piper Rainio playing with 2 fouls right now. And they let a wide open Sierra Christensen on the backdoor shot there. Nobody guarding her. Oh. Reed needs to turn and look. She's got an open Laura Allred just right down the right side of the court here.
Allred again, Josh, or Caleb. I'm going to call you Josh a couple times here.
Yo, it's okay.
She just has a nose for the. You're right. She's everywhere the ball seems to find her, and I know it's the opposite. It's her finding the ball, but she seems to know where it's going to be.
Yeah. She is a great player. It's going to be good to see her move up next year. She'll be fun to watch against those varsity girls, especially with how feisty she is.
Yeah, and then, the varsity girls really need that. Figueroa being hurt this year has really shown how they really are lacking a couple people with a good nose for the ball that can kind of control the tempo of the game and work the ball around. Those 2 post players need to get good touches, and that takes a good point guard, you know?
Yep, absolutely. And you can't do that when you have 2 of your, well, now they have 2 of their guards hurt, with Sammy Seymour and
Seymour's out for the year, I think. And
Figueroa, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Laura Allred get some minutes here today too.
I was going to say that would be a good idea. A non-league game under the bright lights, big crowd. There she is again, finding a ball and having a good shot.
And there she gets the steal there, but I don't know what they're going to call there.
They're going to call being too crafty and being an unfair advantage to the opponent, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. She's everywhere. She might be my favorite Wildcat player that plays in boys or girls.
I do love that.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're gonna call here. I don't think they know.
I think they're discussing what they're gonna call. Like, what's this gonna be? She kind of picked her pocket and had a great clean steal, and you blew the whistle after that point, which means it was a jump ball probably.
Well, and see, I don't know with these refs because the dude also slapped his knee and called a foul, and I don't know what that is.
What foul is that? I don't know.
So,
modified block, I guess. Stuck her thigh out and got her on the knee. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. These are new calls for me. Apparently I'm getting too old.
Well, Caleb, while we're finishing, we're working on these JV games, I had to leave you again for a little bit. We have the idahosports.com crew behind us, so they're getting geared up to do the varsity events, and so it'll be good to collaborate with them a little bit as they bring this action statewide as well. We got some good coverage on Twitter and social media, so a lot of people are going to be tuning into these games today. Yeah,
this is a big event. They have these style of games everywhere, but there's a big difference between Fight for the Fish over in Coeur d'Alene and Brawl for the Ball, because Brawl for the Ball is 2 schools that aren't in the same league, right. And we hate each other for that one day.
It's very much a rivalry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we support both these. We support the St. Mary's team when they go down to state. I know I always have, but just for the day, we hate each other, and it brings out the best and the worst from both teams.
Yeah, that does.
And so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot better because it's not a league game.
Right.
It doesn't matter. The crowd gets to get into it. things like that.
Along those lines, as we just saw play before, we saw a great pass into Kay Reed, and she finished, so the Wildcats up 19-7. They're still playing quite well, but when you talk about league and non-league, there is rumor or there is the possibility, because Kellogg currently, last year and this year, are at 2A, or 2A numbers, which would put them in the same league again with St. Mary's. There's talk that St. Mary's and Kellogg and Priest River would make that move down. Now, there's also some discussion that Kellogg has a bigger freshman class coming up than they are losing from the senior class, but I still think they're around 300 right now, and they're possibly below 300. So I think there's probably an option of them staying 2A or going 2A if they'd like to.
Well, and I think St. Mary's, that's a quality opponent to play against. You have Orofino, Grangeville, Priest River would move down.
Yep.
So I mean, we would have the same setup with 5 teams.
Yeah.
2 of them going to state for that 2A tournament. And that 2A tournament, I don't know if you've ever gone down to state and watched that 2A tournament. That is one of the most exciting and crazy tournaments.
There's no drop-off there, is there?
No,
it doesn't mean there's any less basketball being played.
Well, those guys are going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched 3A, and 3A, they'll score 30 points and win a basketball game, all of the 2A games, and it works for Kellogg because we score 70 points a game, and that's what 2A is.
Yeah.
It's all offense all throughout the state of Idaho. So, I think that'd be a great move for Kellogg.
It will be interesting to see. I agree with you. I don't see any negative to doing that, because usually the negative is there's not enough people in your region or your area to play, and this would actually sort of rebuild the IML. Sands, Bonners Ferry, and Timberlake, but Timberlake is well over 600. So Timberlake's twice the size of these schools, which when you're talking about why they classify them, that's one of the big reasons. You're pulling from a pool of 630 kids, and Kellogg's pulling from under 300. There's a little bit of a discrepancy there. So, for balanced competition, I like it, but I also like that it kind of renews some of those. Even Wallace is, they're getting closer to Wallace's size, and Wallace is very capable. They've got a great program. They wouldn't be in your league, but you're playing them anyway, so.
Yeah, why not play someone who is your size 3
Right.
times, and it actually kind of matter a little bit more, I'd say.
Looks like St. Mary's going to a 1-2-1-1 or a 1-2-2 press. Kellogg's still having not a lot of trouble breaking it. There's Wendt going to get some shots and go to the line. Good dribble take by her.
And Wendt, I've watched her brothers and all this. She needs to figure out her shot, I think. She kind of looks very uncomfortable shooting the basketball, and her brothers and her sister were not that way. I think she just needs to figure out her style and her shot.
Yeah.
And I think, again, that's another one of those players that we'll see on varsity.
She's got the length and the athleticism. She needs to get a little stronger, which I think will happen with some time. And you're right, she needs that mentality. That's really all she's missing, is that gamesmanship and that mentality. She's got the athleticism for sure.
Yeah.
Knocking down that free throw, shot looked great, rotation looked good. So she's got the ability for sure.
Yeah. That's St. Mary's just throwing up wild shots. Piper Rainio with the rebound, and she takes it up court. Kind of dribbles into the corner, bad spot to dribble the ball.
However, did not pick up her dribble, right? Which is, Kellogg, the boys have had some trouble picking up their dribble in those dead spots, and it's killing them. So good to see some of these young JV girls not doing that.
Yeah. Ooh, a nice outlet pass there. Oh, just lost it, and that's not a travel, I guess, anymore. So
it's hard to get used to, isn't it? We had a couple of those 2 nights ago, and it's just.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, but she fell right on the ground with the ball, and if I remember right, I got called for a travel every time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there was one that didn't get called, and Josh and I both thought, well, our initial reaction is that that's a travel, but it's not, so.
Yeah. Van Hoos bringing the ball up, and this is the older Van Hoos, I believe. Gets the ball to Caitlin Wendt. Caitlin Wendt with a bad pass, but it goes right to Van Hoos, and Van Hoos takes it up for the and
good
one.
Strong take by Van Hoos. Good strong take through contact. That's good to see there.
Well, and I don't even know if is that a design play? Throw it off the other team's hands, get it right back to her for the nice layup there.
Well, if you look over at Coach Carlson, if you look at him right now, it's possible that somebody that looks like that could have drawn a play up like that, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, absolutely. Free throw off there. St. Mary's with the rebound. Dribbling up, and we have a steal there by Caitlin Wendt. She read that pass all the way to it. There we go.
Slicing and dicing,
Ooh.
Van Hoos.
And if this was the NBA, she would have gotten continuation.
Very much so. Very much so. That was sort of not quite a Euro step, but it was kind of like a knifing. She kind of wiggled through there and did well to get to the bucket. So we'll see if she can capitalize. A little bit of me hurts inside every time we miss all these free throws. It's kind of a lost art.
I mean, I think this would be a close game if Kellogg missed all their free throws. St. Mary's made theirs, but I think Kellogg would also be up 10 more points if we would make our free throws.
Of course, Van Hoos might hear us because that stroke looked great, and it found nothing but net. So we'll see if she can knock down 2 in a row to give Kellogg a 15-point lead. Oh, I jinxed her, but she did almost get her own rebound there. 2-on-1 numbers game. Let's see if they can capitalize, and it looks like they almost.
And they're going to get that to the Wildcats there.
Boy, Kellogg dodged a bullet there. They had numbers game, and I don't think did they even get a shot?
I think that might have been a foul before.
Probably a foul, yeah. Might have got lucky there. So.
Yeah. Van Hoos bringing the ball up here. Over to Piper Rainio in the corner.
Seems like this second quarter is taking forever. A lot of calls. Maybe the nerves have worn off. They're getting a little more aggressive. We're seeing some more fouls. And
it's kind of getting a little chippy. And the crowd right now from both teams going at it.
Love it. It's just, I love that it's only a JV girls game. And I don't mean that, I don't mean to take anything away from girls JVs, but usually they aren't the highest attended events, The varsity ones are the ones that get the spotlight, but this is better than any varsity atmosphere we've had this year, maybe besides Wallace, the Wallace game.
Yeah. Well, and see, this game last year was the craziest game because Piper Rainio in St. Mary's hit a 3 to send the ball game into overtime. So Piper Rainio having a little bit of experience with this crowd and hitting big-time shots.
Yeah.
So, some of these girls might be on the team from last year, and they remember what happened. So,
That's good.
Could be getting a little bit more physical out there. And I have no idea who is shooting free throws.
This is Sam Karst. I was just looking to see. She's getting some significant minutes. She has been sort of a reserve for the JVs, and I haven't seen a lot of the JV girls games, but this is the most minutes I've seen her play, and she's holding her own in there, showing some good instincts and some good aggressiveness. She's made a steal or two here, so it's good to see her in the game too.
Yeah,
maybe they're saving Allred, like you said. Maybe they're going to get her some minutes in the varsity game.
Yeah, I think, with how this game's already gone, I'm not saying it's over, but 24-9.
That's a big lead. Yeah, that's a big lead in JV girls.
Yeah,
it definitely is.
That's a big lead. So you keep Allred out. You let her run you play her for 2-3 quarters varsity,
I like that idea a lot. I really do. And they don't have anything to lose league-wise. It's not a league game, so it's get Allred some high-pressure reps is the best way to get her game ready and maybe be able to fill in that much-needed void on the varsity with Sammy out and with Jaron hurt. So.
Well, and they're coming on districts, I believe, right?
Next
week,
yep.
This is going to be something that they need. They're going to need to get her broke in for those high-pressure games.
That was a great backside pass by Wendt to Karst. I would like to see Karst take that shot. That's where she probably just needs to learn. Coach will probably call her over. If you've got that little 5-10 footer and you've got backboard, just shoot it. The worst that happens is you miss it. Maybe we get a rebound, but sometimes you got to tell kids it's okay to shoot.
Well, and see, like you said, she hasn't got very many minutes, so it might just be those jitters of I don't want to screw up and shoot the wrong shot.
Right. Yep. I think you're right. She's playing some good defense, though. She's really moving.
Yeah. Wildcats going to let that one go out of bounds here. 43 seconds left in this second quarter, which has felt like it has taken a year.
Sure it has taken. So we've had a lot of whistles in this quarter. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but the Wildcats going to, I hope, just work the ball around, look for a good shot, maybe hold it till the end. I know 43 seconds is a long time to hold it, but if anybody could do it, I would say it's these girls. They work the ball around pretty well.
I've been impressed, very much so, and they've reversed the ball well, and that's something the varsity girls have sort of been not Nice little penetration there by Went. The varsity girls have struggled with reversing the ball and making the other team play defense. They're going to the right side and entering the ball. Right side, enter the ball. If they get a little ball reversal, I think those post players will get some movement and they'll be able to get better angles. But so far, in the last 2 games Josh and I have done, they just have not done it. And we're hoping that we know Coach Jan is probably working on it with them, but we hope that clicks eventually. Maybe they'll see that on the tape and say, you know, we need to reverse the ball and get it to Cheney and Brandt and the rest of it. They got size down there.
Yeah, well, and see, I don't know if it's just an unfamiliarity playing with each other because these girls have all played together. You know, you throw in Sammy Seymour in there, you throw in all these people, and you just don't know how to play with them. And these girls all are like, oh, we know how to play with each other. We've been playing with each other since we were in the 5th grade.
That's a good point.
So, you know, they have a little bit more team camaraderie.
Well, Went just pulls up from the cafeteria and doesn't get anything to go, but I guess there was only 12 seconds left, but Went shot from where that ref is right now. That's like, that's deep territory out there. I should have said she shot it from the student section. It didn't come to me fast enough.
She was harboring her inner Garrett Wentz there, you know.
Well, she wasn't hesitant to pull the trigger on that one. Unfortunate error there, throwing that pass in there. So, they'll get another break, though, as it looks like St. Mary's were they on the line? Did they go out of bounds? I
would honestly have called that a block if I was a referee, but, you know, like I said, we're Kellogg, we're going to take it. I'm going to like the call, I guess.
Now, Josh and I have figured out that if we watch our YouTube feed from our broadcaster right behind us here, there's a deep 3 from the corner by Van Hoos that looked good. And
she is 3 for 4, I think, from the 3-point line today.
Wow. Yeah, that might be a dagger. 27-9. I mean, you're almost up 20 at half. I think Coach Carlson, you know, I don't know how he's going to keep the straight face. The girls are going to keep the straight face watching him in the locker room, but he's got to be happy.
Well, as long as he doesn't try and get angry with them, you know, I don't think I could hold it in myself. So, but he has nothing really except for errant passes, some stupid fouls to just tell him, hey, clean it up. You know, other than that, they are playing fantastically here, this JV girls team. And like you said, I think we are going to see Laura Allred sit out for the rest of the game.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and really be used for some, I think
it's a good call, and I think it's I don't think it's just a token, hey, we have a void here, we're going to pull you up just to see how you do. I think she can contribute.
Well, and she contributed. Oh, we got a cannon shooting shirts out here. That was scary.
That was a little scary. I hadn't seen that yet. As we get ready for the tug of war, we'll keep the feed going. You and I may take a break, you know, give our vocal cords a little bit of a rest, but we will keep the festivities on. We may come in and comment on some of this, but just want to thank everybody for watching Channel 3 Live, brought to you by Wallace Channel 3 and NASCO with a significant contribution. As we hear these crowds, I don't want to go offline because these crowds are so great, but we will be back shortly from Andrews Gym.
Welcome back, sports fans. We are here to start the second half of the girls JV game. The alternating possession gives the ball to the St. Mary's Lumberjacks here. And Lumberjacks kind of starting out with a different starting team. Sammy Baggett, who played great in that second quarter but didn't actually start the game, she is now starting in place of their former point guard. So she was one of the more bright spots from this St. Mary's team in the first half. We got out of bounds here on the Wildcats, but I don't think that was really on the Wildcats here. Number 22 from the corner here. Rebound by Baggett. This girl is playing very well here. You know, she is St. Mary's bright spot. Laura Allred bringing the ball up, pass up to Erickson. Erickson to Ferreira. Ferreira taking it in strong. A nice little move there. Rebounded by Erickson, but kind of a awkward little shot there. Sierra Christensen bringing the ball up over to Baggett on the wing. Baggett cross court to Macy Rimnall, back up to Christensen. Christensen in to Kristen Miller, and we're going to get a foul there on Erickson there. And that is going to be her third foul of the game. They're going to pull her out to keep her going for the fourth quarter here. St. Mary's really showing a little bit more life in this second quarter. Could play out to be an interesting game. Laura Allred with a tip there. Oh, Caitlin Went just needed to look right up the court there. Ooh, into Ferreira there with a wild shot. Missed. And back come the Jacks. Macy Rimnall bringing the ball up the floor. Passes it over to Christensen. Christensen will shoot a three. Not a bad little shot, just off the rim. Goes out of bounds there. Good shot, though, there. Nobody came up on her and played any defense, so, I mean, I'm not a shooter, but I would have shot it. So, Kellogg ball here. Van Hoos bringing it up over to Lauren Allred. Allred up to Ferreira. Ferreira to Reed. Reed with the nice shot. Great ball movement there. Oh, saved. Laura Allred goes up. And we're going to shoot two here. The Wildcats, like me and Simon talked about, Simon's not here right now. He's working with Idaho Sports on some details for when they broadcast the varsity games. But this team is the best ball movement team out of any of the Wildcats, boys or girls, JV or varsity. They move the ball very well, and I think that's because they have a nice camaraderie with each other. They all know how to play with each other. They all know each other's strengths. So it's just a nice thing to see someone who can, or a team that has great ball movement. As Laura Allred knocks down both of those free throws. And here come the Jacks. Baggett bringing the ball up the floor here. Over to Gracie. Ooh, into Christensen, who takes a nice little shot. I don't know what we have called here. This is going to be a foul on the Lumberjacks on the rebound. Wildcats ball. They inbound it to Reed. Ooh, Reed looked like she was going to pass it back. Caitlin Went with a nice little step through, gets blocked though. Good looking move. Caitlin Went going to pass the ball, and she passes it right in between two Jacks to Reed there, who makes the nice layup. What a great pass there. These girls are playing very well. And Lauren Allred's going to get a steal. Oh, no, she does. She does get the steal. Just very slow steal. And we're going to get a foul there. And I think that's going to go on Gracie Barden. Over the back there. We're just going to have it out of bounds here. Not on a shot or anything like that. We're in and one there. Sorry, I wasn't even watching that play. I was on my phone. But I think we have a foul, and I saw the ball go in. So Caitlin Wentz going to shoot one free throw. Caitlin Went, shots up, and it is good there. 34-11 ball game as Badgett brings the ball up the floor, passes it over to number 11, Hope Asgard. Asgard over to Jansen. Baggett at the top of the key with the ball again. Right back over to Asgard, which is a sweet name. And that is number 5, Christensen, who gets the nice little shot there. And we have a celebrity guest joining. Mason Alexander from the boys varsity team is going to get on here, do a little bit of talking. Baggett bringing the ball up.
How's it going, everybody?
All right, he is on. So, Mason, have you watched most of this game or, any of it?
Just a little bit, yeah. It's looking like a pretty good game. They're playing pretty hard. It's nice to see that.
Yeah, it is nice to see that. Like I said, you weren't here, but I said this before. This team, this JV girls team, has some of the best ball movement of any team out there right now, with you guys even. I would say they move the ball almost as good as, or maybe even better than the boys varsity, just fluently. It's not even like they're better than you guys. It's a fluent motion. They all know how to play with each other. It's really just nice to see.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing too. Their team is just really combined together, and our team took a little while for us to get that sense of urgency and everybody just to kind of enjoy playing with each other. So
yeah,
that's nice to see that their ball movement's really good. They're not trying to go as fast as everybody else. They're just trying to make good plays, and that's nice to see because it's working for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So today you guys go against St. Mary's as the highlight of the evening. What are you guys planning on doing against these guys?
Honestly, just try to eliminate the turnovers that we have been turning over and just play our hearts out because we're on a streak right now and we haven't got to see that this year, and that we want to keep that. So
yeah, absolutely. You guys have been playing great these past 2 games. You beat Wallace and then you beat Bonners Ferry in a crazy game that kind of got out of hand to the point where it got boring.
Honestly, yeah, I'd agree with that.
For me, I saw you got in there. You got a nice block, things like that. It was good.
Cool.
It was good.
Cool.
So, it'll be good. You guys coming together here at the end, which is what you guys needed. So, I think you guys are going to play just fine against the St. Mary's team.
Yeah, I think we're good, man. I think we got this.
Awesome. All right. We haven't been following this game for a little bit, but like we said, the rough nature of this girls JV team, they play a rough style of basketball, which fits right into where St. Mary's plays. And Katie Ferreira is one of those people who will pick up 5 fouls just so that she can, because she's a rough, tough individual.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this team needs. She starts, but she plays great defense, things like that.
Yeah.
And Laura Allred is my favorite player at the high school as she gets a steal and takes it down for 2.
Yeah.
Laura Allred is the best. She might be the best girl that I've watched all year. She's tough. She likes to rebound. She has a nose for the ball like me and Simon talked about earlier. So, every time she can, or it seems like even when she's not trying, the ball comes to her, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I agree with that. She works really hard, and
yeah.
You can see obviously when she's making all these plays, you can tell she's working hard.
Yeah. Laura Allred passes the ball to Van Hoos. Van Hoos to Went. Went dribbling around, gets the ball to Reed. Oh, no. We're going to have a little bit of a kick there, it looks like. And Karst re-entering the game for the Wildcats in place of Went there. Van Hoos with the 3 gets tipped, but Allred finds the ball and puts it in. She's very undersized, but she knows how to position herself, you know.
She's a playmaker for sure.
It's fun to watch her. Baggett at the top of the key passes it over to Asgard, who has the coolest name, Marvel style there, you know. Love it. And that's Baggett up at the top of the key. Baggett over to Law. Law inside to Jansen. Jansen with the shot there. Laura Allred battling with the bigger defender there to get the rebound. And I believe it's going to be Kellogg ball. So good position there as it goes out of bounds. This is nice.
Overall, I think they're a really good defensive team. They just go all out.
It really is.
Teams can't handle that.
Yeah, it is an all-out defensive effort the entire game. It's not like they play 3 quarters of hard defense. They play 4 quarters of hard defense.
Oh, look at that. Kay Reed just down there just battling it out for the ball.
And she's one of those people who doesn't mind getting on the floor, which I love. Those are the players that you need. The players that don't care if they get knocked down, don't care what they have to do to get the ball, they get the ball.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't start, but she contributes a lot to this Wildcat team. And Baggett trying to go a little fancy there. Bad pass. Piper Rainio picks it off. And Rainio, bad pass there into Allred, corralled by Karst. Reed with the shot. And Reed,
Reed's
getting physical.
Going after it.
You know, they're up 27, if my math's right. I'm not good at math.
No, yeah, you're right.
All right, they're up 27, you know. You don't want to foul because it'll get them back into the game, but you want to still let them know, hey, we're not just quitting. We're gonna keep playing this game. And the girls coming in, I don't know if this is the last game of the season for some of these JV girls, because they have districts next week. I don't know if they play anybody in between there.
Yeah, I think that's it.
But I think this is it for them.
Yeah.
So I may be wrong, but, you know.
No, I think you're right. That's counting down to, like this might be it. But
yeah, inside pass to Karst. Karst goes up and gets the and one. And a great pass there from Reed to the smaller Karst, who was just camped out on the block, and nobody was around her until she caught the ball. You know, great shot though, and like we said, she seemed like she hadn't got very many minutes all year, and so she's getting in now. And she was a little nervous when she first was in there, but now she's starting to make plays and really
warmed up for sure.
Really looking good out there. Baggett bringing the ball up the floor, passes it over to Law. Law takes it in, passes it back out to Jansen. Jansen to Law. I'm not going to keep repeating their names because they're playing a 2-man game right now. Van Hoos with the steal, though, dribbles the ball up the court. And that is, I think, is that another Van Hoos?
Yeah.
But there's a nice pass there from Karst to Reed. As Reed was going down, Karst just that nice little bounce pass inside to her. Gets fouled. Good play there by the Wildcats.
They're not stopping. They're up by 30, and they're still trying to pound one. I mean, they're still working it out.
I mean, they've taken out Allred, they've taken out Ferreira, they've taken out Went. So I think they're just starting to get all the other players some playing time, and those girls are taking advantage of the playing time that they're getting.
Yeah, they're going out there fresh and new bodies, and they're just
going
hard out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to see.
Reed hits the free throw, but Reed is going to come out and into the game with number 33, best number out there, is Miron? Is that her last name? Mira? What?
I have no clue.
Milron?
Milliron.
I am terrible with names. Good thing I have Mason here. Baggett takes a nice little shot there. Top of the key.
Got a box out.
And Milliron?
Yeah.
Milliron
Yeah.
gets the foul there. Okay. Milliron picks up a foul as soon as she comes in. You know, really nothing bad. She was playing straight up. Girl just kind of jumped into her. Happens. First shot here from Martin is good, making it a 30-point game. And I think, what is it, 20 points is running clock?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the start of the fourth quarter here, we'll have running clock. So the game will go a little bit faster because the second quarter and this quarter have felt like they've taken forever. Second shot's off there from Martin. Van Hoos bringing the ball up, dribbling around to Karst. Karst inside to Milliron. Milliron goes up and gets fouled. And these girls are making great moves.
Oh,
It's not like they're taking stupid shots or, you know, forcing the ball. As substitutes and backups, these girls are playing just really smart and getting the ball inside, and then their posts are making great moves when they get in there.
Oh yeah, they're putting it in the paint, and obviously this team just they're just doing good in the paint. I mean, they're just not a three-point team. They're just going to keep on pushing it in the paint. So.
Well, and Milliron, Reed, nobody matches up with them. They are bigger than all of the other girls out there. So, I mean, it's a good thing to see them knowing that strength and getting those two girls the ball inside, because none of these St. Mary's girls look physically stronger than them, you know.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of what you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We have 52 seconds here in the third quarter. I'm telling you, this last minute. It was a minute and 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's been a long minute.
2 minutes ago.
They're still fouling.
Yeah, there's 17 fouls here for St. Mary's, 4 for the Wildcats, kind of slimming down from the first half. So, you know. And the refs, again, having a nice little meeting. This is the third or fourth time this game where I don't know if they've known what they've called or what's going on. But, yeah, they've had a couple meetings to where they've been talking about fouls and stuff like that, and you just, what do you do? I mean, we just have to sit here and watch it. Van Hoos's first is up and no good. And I think Simon jinxed her earlier when he talked about how nice her shot looked. So thanks, Simon Miller, for jinxing that. Second shot up, and it's good. There we go. That's all it took was for me to bash Simon. Baggett bringing the ball up. Over to Law. Law to Jansen. Jansen dribbling down, and she's out of bounds there, but no call.
That was ridiculous.
From where I'm sitting.
She dribbled the ball out of bounds, but you know.
So I'm sitting up in this little, me and Mason are sitting up right on this baseline, and she dribbled out of bounds and came back in bounds and then caught the ball. But I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
I don't think you can.
I'm pretty sure someone else has to touch the ball before you can touch it coming from out of bounds.
Maybe these refs are trying to give this team a chance or something. I don't know.
Maybe trying to keep it a little bit more physical, a little bit more respectable game for St. Mary's here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea, Mason, but it's kind of frustrating, you know, because if they're doing that, it goes against our girls here. It kind of makes it not fun because they're sitting there getting frustrated with all these no calls and things like that. So, you know, I feel like you just call the game all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Baggett bringing the ball up. She passes the ball over to Cassidy. Not going to repeat that last name because I can't even say it.
Another steal.
Something Polish. It ends in a ski.
Sachowski? I don't know.
Sachowski? That sounds better. Sachowski. All right, so at the end of the third quarter, the JV girls are up 45-14 over St. Mary's. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back. Thank you for listening to Channel 3 Sports. Alrighty, we are back here with the start of the fourth quarter. Wildcats up 45-14. And this has been a good game so far for the Wildcats. Van Hoos bringing the ball up the court. Passes over to Allred. Allred dribbles down into Milliron. It's going to go out of bounds here, but it's still going to stay with the Wildcats. Piperanio inbounding. She throws it into Milliron. Milliron goes up and gets fouled. Good look there from Rainio to Milliron, though. Now she just got to put these free throws in. Milliron comes in and has been playing a really good game so far for these Lady Wildcats. So, I expect her to get the ball a lot more, and they're just going to keep feeding it into her.
So, Caleb, how was the debut of Mason Alexander? How did that go?
Mason Alexander is always a fun guy to talk to. He's basketball smart. He likes to have fun. So, he's always a good guy to talk to about basketball. And
good.
He was really appreciating these girls up here. So,
That's good. This would be great if it is more of a student-driven entity with people that can fill in like you and me and Josh. It would be great if you could get a team of high school kids and or middle school kids that can help. We already have elementary kids running the cameras.
Yeah.
Learning how this works and learning skills and just having a good time with it. I'm all for that.
Yeah, absolutely. He was down there, he looked at me and he pointed at the headset and he made that symbol and I was like, yeah, come on up. And he came on up. And yeah, so there's
good.
kids that want to do it.
That's
so,
good.
You get them a little taught up, teach them.
Yeah, we had Chase and Tyler Gibbons come up for a little interview in the last game, which was great to do, make those connections and get their input on the game, which were polar opposites, which we found interesting. Chase wanted them to slow it down and run their offense. Tyler wanted them to go up-tempo with everything, but that kind of matches their personalities.
That is their personalities, yep. Yep, anybody who's watched them or played with them knows that is both of their personalities right there. Chase is a slow-it-down guy, and Tyler's going 100 miles an hour all the time.
Tyler does not have an off switch, does he?
Ever. Oh.
And the Wildcat JV girls, great showing here. This is utter domination. We are in mercy rule time, so that'll help this go a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But good job for them getting the first win on the hardwood as part of this brawl for the ball.
Yeah, this, this may not get the love that it deserves, but this first game is always a tone setter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always these JV girls who play the first game, and they set the tone for the Wildcats every single year.
That's awesome. It's fantastic.
It's their job.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen, but their job is to set it. So,
I'd say they've established that at about a 30-point lead, 28 now, but I'd say they've made a statement. They've planted that Wildcat flag firmly at center court and said, everybody else follow our lead.
Yep, absolutely, and we hope that they can. We hope that all three of the other teams can figure it out like these girls, and we are going to get a 7-step travel there. That was NBA-esque. One of the coolest things I've ever seen right there.
Just, I'm just going to try this, and if it gets called, whatever. If it doesn't, I'm going to have a chance to score.
Van Hoos bringing the ball up here. And they have played Laura Allred this entire second half.
Oh, I've been running around helping the IdahoSports.com crew get set up for the varsity games, and I hadn't got to see, but that's interesting that they're playing her.
Yeah, I would have figured that they would have, but they also do have some reserves in an Emma Bristow,
right?
Girls like that who will play for them and get a lot of playing time today. So
how about that crossover by Ferreira there, Katie Ferreira? That was a nice little move and used the glass.
Yeah, Katie Ferreira, physical basketball player, knows how to work her body around. She's not like all the other posts that the Wildcats have. She's not physically imposing.
Right.
People can match up with her, but she knows how to move and she knows how to make those moves.
She's got a decent wingspan too. Those arms are pretty long. It looks like she can, get access to a lot of passes and get that shot up high and be tough to block. So yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't know, is this the last JV girls game?
Yes, I think it is because district's starting next week, and today, ironically, was, I think when they scheduled the ball and they did all this, I think they didn't, there was an oversight. There's actually that end-of-year JV tournament today. It was supposed to be today, so this would have been their last few games in a tournament, but tonight, this game will probably be their last. They're playing like it, aren't they? They're playing like it's their last one of the season. They're leaving it all out there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all playing very hard, and, they want to show that, hey, Jaren and Sammy are out. I'll take that spot. That's what all these girls are really playing for, it looks like, you know?
Yeah.
So,
it's like an open audition for a
varsity spot?
Sure. Sure, tryouts for next year are now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Karst pulls up from deep there, didn't get any, but nice rebound on the backside by guess who? Is that Allred?
Yeah, I'm not even, we don't even have to say anything, you know? If it's a rebound, she gets a steal, or she gets the loose ball there, and they're going to call it travel. I think one of the only errors that Allred has had tonight. I don't think she's had any other turnovers except for that one right there. But
hey, when you touch the ball that many times, you're gonna make an error here or there. You get a lot of touches.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh!
Deep three by the Lumberjacks.
That's Macy Rimnall hitting a three there. Caitlin went with the ball right now. Passes it over to Allred. Allred up to Karst. Karst to, I don't know who that is. Number 20 is Head. Head takes a shot here. Good looking shot, actually.
She's got some size too.
Yeah, and she gets a steal there. Oh, no, and that was a travel. I mean, it's one thing to put up the 49 points that they have, but it's another thing to hold a team to 21 points.
Yeah, definitely. And
the
defense is, man.
Yeah, like it's cool to win by scoring, but I think it's even cooler if you can hold a team to 20, almost 30 less points than you and win a ball game.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, if they were winning 40 to 20 or 40 or 35 to 21, it'd be impressive. But the fact they put up that many points plus clamp down on defense is pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Caitlin went here with a shot.
That looked good. Boy, that looked good. Nice rebound.
Ferreira with the rebound goes right back up with it. Takes a bump too, no call. We have 30 seconds though here. I expect to see one more shot here from St. Mary's. Rimnall with a long two there, misses. Out of bounds, it's going to be Kellogg ball here. And I expect Kellogg to just dribble this out, end the game, or, you never know.
You never know, yeah.
These girls are going 100 miles an hour, so, it would kind of be hard in these last couple seconds to stop that. So, Allred takes a shot. There we go. And that is the ball game, 51-21. Kellogg with the first win here at Brawl for the Ball.
That might prove to be a critical win, especially the Wildcat student body went down in the tug of war, so they needed this basketball win, and let's hope the JV boys can continue.
Well, and, it usually happens that way. All the Brawl for the Balls that I've been to or watched, we have won every single basketball game or maybe lost one, and they win all of the other little activities and stuff like that. So, if we could pull off all the games and maybe a couple of those competitions in between there,
I feel fairly confident with our band. They looked great this week when I was up watching their routine. Great sound, great spirit. I do have a lot of faith in a lot of those extra activities, but boy, that St. Mary's community can bring it, can't they?
Oh my goodness. I've never been to a gym. Now, Brawl for the Ball in Kellogg is fun. Brawl for the Ball in St. Mary's
it's insanity.
Is crazy. The entire community comes to this game, but then, I don't know what it is, their entire community doubles in size when they're in St. Mary's.
Yeah. It's like they pull people from all over and say, come visit that weekend. We need everybody.
Yeah, and they get hyped. They have that giant mural on that back wall, and it's kind of intimidating to look at, So, and like you said, the band. Kellogg's band is one of the best things about Kellogg. You know,
Agreed. Year in and year out. Yep.
They know how to put on a good show. I forget who their director is now.
It's Brian Hicks, who replaced 30-plus year, right, Rick Mr. D.
Yeah.
So tough shoes to fill, but he's doing a great job.
Hicks is doing a very good job. I was told my nephew is a drummer in the band, so he was telling me that they have a great routine set up, like you said. It was going to be cool, and they're all dressed up as 80s rockers and stuff like that, so it's going to be fun to watch them out on center court when they do their thing.
Yep.
All right.
Well, we'll wrap this one up, Caleb.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping in the deep end here and just taking off running. I think it's been great. We'll see if we can get the boys from a different camera angle as we allow the not Channel 3, the Idaho Sports guys to set up in the crow's nest. We'll see if we can get a different camera angle, and maybe we will try to run with the JV boys. We have 20 minutes to figure it out. So.
All right, cool. All right.
For Caleb McDonald, Simon Miller here signing off for Channel 3 Sports. Until next time, and go Cats.